Once upon a time, in a kingdom called Krantipuram, there lived a noble king named Mahendra. He was a firm believer in human values and held great reverence for women. One fine day, the king set out for a leisurely journey into the forest with his queen and a few royal attendants. As they wandered through the woods, a striking sight caught the king's eye. He paused, pointed ahead, and said, "Look there, my queen. See that young man carrying bundles of sugarcane? And beside him, that young woman, wiping her sweat, is carefully arranging them. Look at the harmony between them. Despite the hard work, their faces are filled with smiles. There's a silent connection in their labor, an unspoken bond." The queen nodded in agreement. "Indeed, my lord, their mutual understanding, even without words, is truly heartwarming." Moved by the moment, the king ordered his aide, "Ramaya, go and invite that couple here. I wish to speak with them." Shortly, the young man stood before the king with folded hands, humility in his expression, and a slight unease in his eyes, perhaps wondering what he had done to be summoned. The king smiled gently and asked in a soft tone, "Young man, who are you? What is your name? Where do you come from? I saw you working hard in this forest. How do you make a living?" The man gathered courage and replied with calm confidence, "My king, my name is Rangadu. My wife and I live in a nearby village. We survive by cutting sugarcane and selling it. Our needs are few. What I earn daily is enough for us. I've always believed in living within our means." The king was intrigued. That's a rare virtue. But surely some money remains after your expenses. What do you do with that? With a gentle smile, Rangadu answered, "After our needs are met, I divide the remaining money in 4 ways. Some I invest through charity, some I give to my creditors, some is lost to wasteful spending, and the rest I give to my enemy, my wife." The moment those words left his lips, the king's face hardened. Shocked and angered, he stood up. "What nonsense is this? You call your wife your enemy. How can you insult the woman who shares your life? I thought you were wise, but now I see your respect is hollow. Women are divine. They must be honored, not degraded. Leave my sight immediately and never return." Rangadu, disheartened, said nothing. Lowering his head, he quietly turned and walked away. As the king watched him go, doubt clouded his mind. Why did he leave without a word? Did I misunderstand him? There was something deeper in what he said. Perhaps I failed to comprehend it. Unable to ignore his thoughts, the king followed Rangadu and found him sitting beneath a tree. "You may not be a scholar, Rangadu," the king said gently, "but your words carry wisdom. I want to understand what you meant, especially when you said you give your leftover money to your enemy, your wife. Please explain." Rangadu's eyes lit up with relief. "My king, thank you for giving me this chance. When I said investment, I meant charity. It may not return interest, but it brings peace of mind. That's my investment for the future. Creditors are my parents. They gave me life, raised me. Whatever I give them is my gratitude. Wasteful spending refers to money we unknowingly waste on luxuries, entertainment, show. It vanishes before we realize it." "And the enemy?" the king asked softly. Rangadu sighed. "My wife, my king, not out of hate, but because she often disregards my trust. She belittles my words before others. Instead of standing beside me, she becomes the very force I silently endure. That's why I said she is my enemy." The king fell silent. Each word settled heavily on his heart. He finally said, "Ranga, I understand your pain, but this is a personal matter. Do not share it with others. If these words reach the public, it will damage your image, and even my kingdom's dignity. You'll have to face consequences if this is ever spoken again." Rangadu respectfully nodded in agreement. That night, sleep evaded King Mahendra. Those 4 words echoed in his mind: investment, creditors, wasteful spending, enemy. If one man's experience can reveal such meaning, the king thought, perhaps others can learn from it. The next morning he ordered a royal proclamation. To all citizens, if anyone can explain the true meaning behind these 4 words, investment, creditors, wasteful spending, enemy, they shall be rewarded with gold beyond measure, as decreed by King Mahendra. The kingdom buzzed. Scholars, priests, astrologers all rushed with their interpretations. Investment is money put into business, some said. Creditors are lenders. Wasteful spending includes festivals. And the enemy could be anyone. But none of the answers pleased the king. These lack depth. There is no wisdom here born of life's struggles. Meanwhile, in a humble village, Rangadu's wife Lakshmi overheard the announcement. Her eyes widened. These are the very words Rangadu spoke to the king. If I go and say them now, I'll receive that gold. That night, when Rangadu returned home, she waited at the doorstep. Ranga, do you remember those 4 words you told the king? I heard he's offering a reward for their meaning. That's true, Rangadu replied calmly, but I was told never to speak of it again. If the king learns I told you, I could be punished. I overheard you, remember? I didn't understand them then, but please explain them to me now. I promise I won't tell anyone. Moved by her persistence, Rangadu agreed, but warned her to keep the secret. He shared the meanings with trust. That night, Lakshmi whispered to herself, "Now I know everything. Tomorrow, I'll go to the king, tell him all, win the gold, and later, I'll make peace with Rangadu." The next day, she appeared before the king and humbly bowed. "Do you know the meaning of those 4 words?" the king asked. "Yes, my lord," she replied. "Investment means charity. It brings peace, not profit. Creditors are our parents. They gave us life, and repaying them is our duty. Wasteful spending is the money spent on unnecessary things that add no value. And the enemy is one's spouse when trust is broken and love is wounded, but not from hatred, my king, only from deep pain." The king was taken aback. "Who are you? How do you know all this?" "My lord, I am the wife of that sugarcane worker you met, Rangadu." These were his words, his wisdom. I only remembered and repeated them. The king smiled gently. "You have spoken with understanding. You are wise and thoughtful. For your love and determination, you deserve this reward." He handed her the gold, yet something still unsettled him. Rangadu had broken his word. "Bring Rangadu before me," he ordered. The next day, Rangadu appeared before the king, calm and composed. "You disobeyed me. I forbade you from sharing those words. Yet your wife knew. Tell me, what punishment should I give you?" But Rangadu, with unwavering confidence, replied, "My king, remember what I said? My wife is my enemy. You scolded me then. But now the same wife has won your reward with my words. Tell me, was I wrong when I said she doesn't listen to me? Or was I simply telling a truth life has taught me?" The king's heart stirred. "Ranga," he said, rising to his feet, You have opened my eyes. Your pain was deeper than your words. You've shown patience, truth, and wisdom. You shall receive double the reward. Your wife earned it for her cleverness, but you earned it for your depth." And so Rangadu and Lakshmi were both honored. That night, before sleeping, a thought stayed with the king. A woman is not an enemy, but when a man cannot understand her heart, even love turns into pain. That day, King Mahendra truly understood the difference between love and justice.